Good day to all of you. As I just promised you, I am again back live in English for all of you who can correspond in English from India and all of my viewers who are there in various parts of the globe. I would like to discuss with you ITP today. The topic is ITP, that is idiopathic thrombocytopenia purpura, a disease in which the platelet counts of a person starts decreasing. And as it is being called idiopathic, the major reason for that idiopathic is that there is no basic reason for that. In allopathy, there is no reason which can be figured out why the person is suffering from ITP. Yes, you can ask me the questions along with that.
Sir, Seema is asking about, can yoga help in ITP?
Yes, definitely yoga is very helpful in ITP. And if we talk about yoga, the part of yoga which is the best for ITP are the yogic pranayams. When I talk about yoga, the pranayams in yoga are the breathing patterns in yoga. And it is believed that when pranayams are carried out in a proper way, the pranavayu, it goes inside the body and cures various kinds of ailments. So all kinds of pranayams, especially Sitlikaram, in which we need to roll our tongue and take a deep breath inside like this. I'll do it for you for once. Roll your tongue, take a deep breath inside like this. Now this is Sitli Pranayam. There are various other pranayams also which have been detailed over here on my channel. I would request you all to go through those pranayams. And pranayams, if you are doing it regularly, they are going to work miracles in case of ITP. So do pranayams regularly if you are suffering from ITP. The ITP, as far as allopathy is concerned, it is believed that the immune system, which is meant to otherwise protect us from various kinds of diseases that are occurring from outside world, that immune system, the immunoglobulins, they become activated against our thrombocytes, the platelets. Now, when the immune system, which was meant to protect us, is active against the platelets, it slowly and gradually starts destroying them. And that is the reason the platelet count of the person suffering from ITP suddenly starts falling. That is the basic reason for which patients generally approach the doctor. But how do they come to know that yes, we are having a low platelet count? There are various signs and symptoms. I will be coming to them. The question you can ask.
Raghav is asking about, is ITP caused by stress?
Mr. Raghav, see, when we talk about stress, stress is a very big culprit. And stress is something which causes so many diseases, not just ITP, but any disease. When the stress level increases in the body, there are those stressors which are released are a causative agent of so many diseases. And definitely, if there is a huge stress, it can lead to ITP too. So I was talking about ITP. When I'm talking about ITP, I was talking about what is the causative reason of ITP in allopathy, which I just discussed with you. And how does a person distinguish that he is suffering from ITP and not from any other thing causing platelet which are reducing? That is through bone marrow test. Bone marrow test is generally advised in allopathic world for ITP patients. What I want to comment over here is that if we are giving Ayurvedic treatment, that bone marrow test is not that important for us, because in Ayurveda, any kind of Raktaj Vikar is due to Ranjak Pitta. Ayurveda believes in 5 kinds of Pitta. And out of those Pittas, it is the Ranjak Pitta which is the causative agent for the transformation of Ras Dhatu into Rakt Dhatu. So when we are treating a person for Ranjak Pitta Dushti, the reason may be any. If the person is having a reduced platelet count, as in thrombocytopenia patient of ITP, or if a patient is suffering from pancytopenia, where all kinds of cells are reducing, a person does get a lot of benefit when proper Ayurveda is given to that person. Yes, the next question.
So Ritik Kumar is taking the treatment of ITP since 2 months and now his platelet is stable.
That's really good, and I really believe that very soon the platelet count of Ritik will increase also. Thanks for the appreciation, thanks for showing faith on us, and what we can assure from our end is that since we are giving treatment for ITP, we will try our level best that we can give the best of treatment and take the patient out of this disease. So I was talking about the reason in Ayurveda, and I was telling you that it is Ranjak Pitta Dushti which causes this disease. Now, if we are talking about Ranjak Pitta Dushti, there are certain things which a person can do sitting right at his or her place which can help in Ranjak Pitta Dushti. And for that, Ayurveda believes in 6 tastes. Out of the 6 tastes, the sweet taste, that is the Madhur Ras Dravya, sweet taste is very good for a ITP patient. So those things which are naturally sweet, I'm not talking about those things in which we have to mix sugar and then make them sweet, but those things which are naturally sweet are very good for a ITP patient. Again, Amla Ras. Amla Ras is a thing which is very much vitiating pitta. So all those things which are sour in taste are very harmful for ITP patient.
So we got a call from the Deepak Kumar. Wants to know, can it the really cure or do have a take medicine for our ITP, for ITP?
Mr. Deepak, for ITP, if I am talking about Ayurveda, there are various kinds of patients that we get. In majority of the patients, when we are giving treatment for ITP, the treatment needs not be carried out lifelong. Slowly and gradually, a patient sees that the average platelet count that a patient is having in ITP increases. For example, if the average platelet count is around 20 in the initial phase, then it stabilizes on 30, then on 40. When a person crosses a platelet count of 1 lakh, the major medicines that we are giving to the patients, we reduce them by half. And then slowly and gradually the medicines go on reducing. And once the platelet count of a patient is stabilized to the normal level for 3 consecutive months, we stop all kinds of treatment. We simply guide our patient with Ayurvedic lifestyle which a patient has to follow, with yoga, with pranayams which a patient has to follow, and if the patient follows those, the patients need not take treatment lifelong. So majority of our patients, if we are starting treatment in their case for ITP, they get very good recovery and they are able to come out of this disease. And I was talking about that Amla Ras, that is the sour things, are not good for any kind of ITP patient. So avoid taking mangoes, avoid taking dry mango powder which is generally used in cooking, avoid taking spices in excess form, because all kind of spices if taken in excessive form are pitta vitiating. They are not very good for pitta, and here we are talking about pitta jadushti. So that is the basic diet change which I require. Now coming to all of those who are non-vegetarians, generally I advise my patients to be vegetarian, because being vegetarian always helps in all kind of disorders. But then there is something for non-vegetarian people in ITP. Ayurveda believes that sarvada sarab bhavanam samanya vriddhi karanam. That is, if you take a particular thing, it will help you out in a particular thing which is having the same type. So if you are suffering from ITP, and if at all you really need to take non-veg, it is the bone marrow of our organism that you can take. So try being vegetarian to the maximum extent, but if at all you need to take non-veg in ITP, it is the bone marrow that can be taken, because the gun of bone marrow is such that if it's taken in a proper way, it can help in your platelet production. Again, talking about lifestyle changes, as I was telling you about lifestyle changes, in ITP, the same thing which I always guide, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. Especially in an ITP patient, a person should sleep in the kaf kal, and it is believed that the first part of night, rather I will say that when the evening sets and the night starts, that is the perfect time when a patient can, if he sleeps, that is the time, if he sleeps at that time, it is the best in any kind of disease, especially in ITP. And again, when the person is to wake up in the morning, it is before the onset of kaf kal. That is, if we talk about here in India and if we talk about anywhere around the globe, generally the 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock time is the time when the prayer starts, where kapha increases. So the ideal time for getting up in the morning is 4 o'clock. So if it's possible for you, try sleeping at an earlier time and try waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It will definitely help you out in ITP, and not just ITP, but in various other diseases too. Yes.
Sir, Miss Upasana Sani asking difference between ITP and thrombocytopenia.
See, Upasana ji, when we are talking about thrombocytopenia, it can be due to various reasons. ITP is not the only reason due to which thrombocytopenia can develop. A person may have thrombocytopenia due to hemorrhagic fevers like dengue. A person may have thrombocytopenia due to bone marrow suppression. And a person may have thrombocytopenia due to any kind of chemotherapy that is being given, or any kind of medicine, especially the erythromycin family. If it's being given, at times these things can cause platelet depletion. Along with that, if a person is a patient who has gone for any kind of angioplasty or something, a person might again have low platelet count due to ecosprin and other kind of things that are being given. But in ITP, none of these reasons is there, and without any reason, still the platelet count is less. So if there is no other reason and still the platelet count is less, even in a bone marrow test, if the bone marrow is not showing a major kind of problem and still the platelet count is less, that is the basic thing.
So we got a message from the Jashri. She is taking a medicine for ITP. She is asking she should take additional medicine for the hair falling.
Jashri ji, since you are taking medicine for ITP, first of all, thank you that you are continuing with the treatment. See, our medicines for ITP generally contains pitta pacifying medicines, and majority of the pitta pacifying medicines are in themselves very good in hair fall. So you will see an improvement in your hair fall with our ITP medicines itself. Still, if you feel that there is excessive hair fall in a wrist pushed division, which the logo of which you are visualizing when I'm sitting on the back of me, wrist pushed is a division in which we have such medicines which are helpful for hair fall and all. You can definitely connect to us for that, and the team over there in wrist pushed shall be guiding you in that regards also. Yes. Before I come to the end of today's live session, as I guided my Hindi viewers, I would like to guide my English viewers also that take flower pots, 15 of them, place them on your roof, sow wheat seeds in first of them on day 1, in second of them on day 2, in third of them on day 3. Slowly and gradually you will see that saplings are coming. On day 15, take out the saplings from the first pot, make the juice of it and start taking it. It's a miraculous thing in ITP. Another thing, Indian gooseberry, which is also known as amla. Amla is very good in ITP patients, so do take it. If we talk about a combination which is good in ITP and which is not from just our company but from any other company, it is Mahamanjisthadi Aristam and Mahamanjisthadi Kashai tablets. There are various South Indian companies producing these two things in good, you can say, quality, especially Nagarjuna herbal concentrates. You can start it off theirs also. It will really help you in ITP. Along with that, in Ayurveda, what we can assure from our end is, in case we give you treatment for ITP in Ayurveda, any of our medicines, if you are given, they will be very safe, they will be very quick acting, and we will definitely focus to take our patients out of this disease. Thank you all of you for being with us.